Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Claim Is Mine. I'm Charolina. This podcast is my accountability, a space where I share my wins, losses, and lessons as I grow stronger in my mind, body, and soul. As I mentioned in the previous episode, changes have been made, and it's been super rewarding, but at the same time, challenging. Making the shift of being in comfort to going to discomfort really rattles you up and makes you question yourself, challenge yourself. It just puts you in a position that either you crumble or you don't. I was in a very comfortable state where I was priorly. Now it's night and day. I'm having to adapt to many situations, having to make the effort to learn, to grow. But it was funny because, as I had mentioned, Tuesday was my last day at my other job, and so I had a full week Tuesday, and then Wednesday was my first day at my new job. We had friends and family, and I was there, and in the middle of my shift, I stopped and I was like, holy cow. I'm like, what a change from where I was yesterday to where I am today. And I was, overwhelmed for a minute of time, because that negativity and that comfort kicked in so hard, and I had to put a stop to it, because the old me was like, look at where you're at. You're out of your comfort, and everything that you had before was so easy. Now you have to do all this stuff, and everything is so structured. Why did you leave the other place when you were so comfortable? And look at all this stuff you have to do. And I was like, F you. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole with you. I am here for a purpose, for a reason, to grow. But it was so fast how my mental state went back, wanting that comfort and wanting to be in that easy state of doing nothing and just allowing, to be in such a robotic loop is what it is, because that's how I was feeling before. But now that I've made this decision, and as I said, it's making me become a better person, and I'm already feeling so much better. I feel like I'm back to myself, because I was going through that transition in which, as I said, I was having to figure things out. I knew that I wasn't going to be there. But that period in which that I was waiting to transition, it was a gap of maybe a month and a half. And it's just, I fell into that place of, laziness and not knowing and not having any motivation, no drive. But I knew I was going to get out of it, but it's hard. It's just easy to fall into that trap. But I kept pushing myself to do things here and there. I was still trying to work out. I was still in my routine, but I wasn't complete, is how I was feeling. Because now that I'm not drinking and I'm fighting to be the best version of myself, I'm always wanting to do more, and I'm always wanting to do better. So when I don't but when I'm not consistently working towards that progress, I guess if I'm not I can't say seeing, because we never see the rewards. It's like we're planting seeds, and once you plant a seed, you don't see it sprout right away. So I have been very patient, and sometimes I don't get patient. But at the end of the day, I know that God always provides for me. He has a plan, and all these doors are opening, and everything is going to be okay at the end of the day. But I get antsy. You know, again, I'm patient, but I'm learning. And I know at the end of the day when I go to bed and I just tell God, and I'm like, I know everything's in your timing. So much has already happened. I've planted these seeds last year, the year before, and everything is starting to evolve, and I can see it and I can feel it. And it's just, you know, as I said, it's just very, very rewarding. And right now I'm definitely being pruned, and I'm seeing growth, and I'm being challenged, because as I said, I'm going from completely one thing to completely a different thing with environment, people. I mean, every aspect. Out of discomfort that I used to work 8 minutes from my house. I'm almost driving maybe like 45 minutes now. You know, with new people, learning everything new, and it's good, and I am enjoying it, but it's easy to fall back into that trap. It's just crazy because, as I said, I'm always thinking what I'm thinking. I'm always very aware of my emotions, but I am very proud of myself that I've recognized it, and I'm pushing myself, because the doors are open to go back to where I used to work, but I would never do that. But it's easy, and those thoughts definitely creep in. You know, and the devil doesn't want us to succeed, doesn't want us to get out of our comfort zone, to make ourselves better people, especially in our own journey. So yes, it's this is only week 1, and as I said, I'm feeling so much more like myself. I actually went swimming yesterday. I went to the gym. I already worked out today. So I'm starting to get back into a routine. So now that I'm going to have a structured schedule, and now I'm going to slowly start implementing, you know, kind of like a very strict, I still have my morning routine, but now I'm going to be working out, my eating, you know, and getting ready to get my business going as well. That's going to happen in a few months. Once I'm settled here, then that's going to be my next project, which I'm so excited about. So many amazing things are going to happen this year. So yes, I feel happy, I feel joyful, I feel grateful that I am not in a position where I'm choosing comfort and to stay stagnant. And all this evolves is because I just want a better life, and I know what I deserve. And through all the work that I've been doing, you know, I'm here, and there's so much more to do. So if you feeling, you know, that you're in a comfort zone and you're not happy and you want change, you just have to, you know, take a step back and see what it needs to be done. And as I said, and everybody says, the best investment is the investment that you make in yourself. Take time for yourself. You know, listen to yourself, and just, you know, figure out what makes you peaceful and what drives you. But I think the most important thing is that if you're in a comfortable zone where you're not changing, something needs to change. Because change only happens if you change. If you keep doing the same thing, which I was continually doing the same thing years ago, nothing was changing for me. Every year was the same thing. But now that I have changed, everything is changing. So yes, change. If you don't like something and you're constantly in the same loop, changes have to be made. So that's my climb for this week. So thank you for climbing with me. Remember that growth takes work, but it's worth it. Keep strengthening your mind, body, and soul. I hope you have a great weekend. If this message inspired you, please share, like, and subscribe.